spoke about big mega projects.
Can't hear you.
You got to hold it next to your mouth. Okay.
It's nice to hear about the mega projects, PTC, Lakeshore, Transit, so on. Aren't we missing any individual problems without which not one mega project is? It is a well-known fact. Election is an act of entrusting leadership in one of the members of society by its majority, and in fact investing power in an elected body. My question to you is, in a situation where an issue is not explicitly covered by provisions of regulations, and an appointed official does not want or even fearful to make a decision, would you be willing, with the power invested in you, make a human, reasonable decision based on common sense and rationality, which will benefit a person in need and their life situation? And here is an example. Two-person kid. One is 90 of age, terminally ill. The other is caregiver, 70 of age. Both living in social housing. The terminally ill is in critical care need and qualifies for priority transfer. However, this is not recommended by doctors. The caregiver does not have a priority, but doctors are requesting his transfer or her transfer closer to the ill person. What would you do if elected? Would you switch the priority to one which has not to help the ill person?
And thank you, sir. I'm aware of your situation because we've spoken before, and as you know, our situation. We've spoken before about this kind of issue, and the priorities that exist within Toronto housing have been developed to ensure equity. Sometimes the rigid application may mean that things aren't equitable. I think it's important to say the mayor cannot change a policy, nor is it appropriate that the mayor simply changes a policy. The policy of the Toronto Community Housing Company is set by its board, who the city appoints. I do believe in the kind of circumstances that you're talking about, and as I told you before, there is some need to address individual circumstances and find a way that our public good, which is the housing, can meet the needs of the people who live in it. And I think it's important for the mayor's office, for example, my office, we have 3 fully trained social workers who work with people when there's these kinds of individual issues to make sure their needs are met. And we do our best. Sometimes an issue like this reflects that a policy needs to be changed, and it's the mayor's job to speak to the board and say, can you look at this policy and see if you can gain some flexibility so when there are exceptional circumstances, they can be met. I think that's the role of the mayor, and that's the kind of thing I already do and will continue to do.
So he can't be fair there, but he can overlook following the rules for his nomination